welcome to another episode of Inside the Drama Teaching Emporium. My name is Maja, and today I have three very special guests with me, Freya, Clara, and Pia. Welcome.
Thank you.
Why do I say they are very special? Because they have been students of Creation Drama Studio for a long time, and now they are also working with us. So from students to teachers. They're also part of the Drama Teaching Emporium, but we are going to talk about that part a little bit later. So just to introduce yourselves, would you like to tell me about your experience in the Creation Drama Studio, what happened in between, and how is your experience now that you are working with us? Whoever would like to start? Pia, go!
I guess that will be me. I joined Creation Drama Studio as a student around about 4 years now. Started off doing a class and absolutely loved it. It was a space that I'd never found anything like it. I felt so good. I felt me for the first time, and it was so great. I learned so much. I had so much fun. I loved Ian and Sarah, and it was a place that I never wanted to leave ever. The class, flew by, and I was like, oh, going back, okay, can't wait for next week. And I really don't know how it all happened. I think I've always loved helping out and organising and being part of that, of any organisation. And I think I proposed to them if they ever needed help. And so I came and assisted in one of the 3 to 5 year old story drama classes with Maja, and it was a dream come true. It was everything that I enjoy. So many passions put together. I had so much fun.
And you were a natural at it. Because it was very helpful. There are some people who walk into the room and you just know that you can, okay, she knows what she's doing. That's the help that I need in the class. So that was really great.
It was very helpful that I had worked with children previously, but I'd never really done acting. So it was a case of, as I started doing more and more classes, because I really enjoyed them and clearly the kids did as well, it was a case of learning on the go with them, and it was just an experience that has made me grow so much, learn so much, and it's never ending. And now doing quite a few classes, lots of admin kind of hours as well with the Creation Drama team, and it's my family now. I'm very, very honoured to be able to say that and feel it.
We're very happy to have you as part of our family. Thank you, Pia. Clara.
That's such a good introduction.
Yeah, we should have gone faster.
I started as a student too in school. Must have been 8 years ago now.
Yeah, probably.
Then I went off to study drama, which I probably wouldn't have done if it wasn't for the classes. I went to study drama in Trinity College in Dublin, and then I wanted to come back, and I've always kept in contact with Sarah and Ian, which says so much about them. And I was just like, hey, I'm back, would love to see you guys. And now I'm teaching.
I'm kind of similar to Clara. I started the classes like when they kind of set up the studios. I think I was like 14 maybe. And I did like loads of acting classes, and then Clara joined and we had like a group of our friends all together and we did classes together every week, and we were the same. We never wanted to leave, and also we were very loud, and they could never get the classes started because we were so excited to be there.
Yeah, we had classes on Friday each week, and it'd be like every Monday we'd be like, oh, can't wait for Friday.
Friday's coming. I did classes with them, and then I also did the summer schools. So I did at first I was in front of the camera, and then I decided I didn't like being in front of the camera, and Ian kind of made a space, Sarah and Ian made a space for me to start working like behind the camera and helping out with the summer schools with the kids, and that was all while I was still at school. And then I decided to go to university and do film and TV, which I did in Falmouth in the UK. And I definitely wouldn't have done if I wouldn't even have known about like film as an option. So I went and did film, and then I did my masters, and then I came back a couple months ago, and then here we are back again. I did the same thing that both of you did.
I'm here. And you are here, and we are very happy to have you all here. Okay, so we obviously talk a lot about personal growth that we do through drama. You also told us now that drama classes influenced your professional journeys in such a big way, because obviously if you haven't done drama you wouldn't be doing what you're doing today. But there are so many skills that we are getting through drama classes that help us in a lot of areas of life that are not necessarily connected to our industry or to acting itself or filmmaking or whatever it is that we do. So what are some of these skills that you notice in your day-to-day life that you actually found and kind of developed in drama classes? Freya.
Other side.
Other side.
I think the classic one is confidence.
Mhm.
That immediately, when you ask the question, comes to mind. And public speaking. And I think community, I guess, as well. Like learning to be part of a community and feel like you can be your authentic self. Or you can be whatever you want to be, right? Because it's drama. You can be whatever you want. So I think that's what I got the most out of drama and acting, was like confidence, feeling like self-worth, and feeling like I had a place that would accept me, and just public speaking and creativity as well.
Creativity.
So I don't want to take them all. I'll pass it on.
I mean, this is quite the classic, but I was a really shy kid, and drama classes, so shy. And drama classes helped me immensely. It was just, I think it also has to do with the space that Serenian created, but I like felt so safe to try anything, to be anyone. I remember we'd also deal with like topics that were, you know, if we were dealing with something, we would play through it through theater, and it was therapeutic.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Definitely.
And yeah, just being able to have that safe space to just try things and be yourself, that was like, I don't know who I'd be without it.
Yeah, definitely. Pia.
100% everything that you just said. For me, now looking back on it, I think just the relationship that I have with emotions and being able to sit with them, being able to see and want to see what I'm actually feeling, what's coming up, and also like the work on where is it coming from, like why is it this coming up, whatever emotion that may be. And it's something that we work a lot on as actors, especially for camera, or the woot, and that can be definitely applied in life, and it just makes it so much easier to deal with a lot of things that sometimes are very overwhelming, and just being able to see, okay, this is happening, I'm feeling this, let me sit with it as well, and then know how to shake it off if necessary. And I think as actors, and then, you know, putting that into real life has been really important.
I think also in like other people, like recognizing
Exactly.
that, like in
Yeah,
yourself and then
exactly.
in other people
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
It's
Just
like-
really work your empathy, and
Yeah.
you learn how to really get into other people's shoes as a character, but also when you work in such close proximity with your other classmates or the actors, that it does really teach you how to like see other people and
accept them
Empathize
as well,
and
you know,
patience
because if
and-
you want to be
Yeah.
accepted, you're
Yeah.
supposed to accept as well.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with this part, because it's like our emotions are such a huge part of who we are and how we deal with life, but it's also it's the same thing for everyone. And I think that in drama classes we work so much on different situations and different characters, and understanding those characters actually brings you more understanding of human beings in general.
Yeah.
Because I know that always when we teach, I'm just like, guys, we are so multi-dimensional as human beings. Find that in characters. And like, I had one acting teacher who was like, your best acting exercise is to go be with people.
yeah.
It's like people watching.
Or
It's just
observe,
observe people, see what they do, how they react, why do they do it, like analyze it, because that's part of what you're supposed to be doing. And I think that brings you, for your private life, it brings you a lot of emotional intelligence and knowledge of how to actually deal with certain
You like
situations.
widen your circle, right? Like
Yeah.
the more you
Definitely.
absorb, the more you understand. And, like,
Exactly.
Otherwise, if you're just around one group of people, you're not going to learn.
Exactly. And you stay stuck in a pattern of something that's supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Lovely. Agree with everything. Okay, great. And now, continuing on to that, since we also now talked about actually teaching and actually having an influence on somebody else. So it's not like you go from a role of being influenced by and having drama classes be so meaningful for you. How does it feel to have that role in your life? You know, because it's like I often forget I had so many teachers who were so important in my life. And as you guys say, like I would not be half of the things that I am today if it wasn't for them. And then you think of, oh, that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Is that like my responsibility right
crazy.
now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? Well, because it can bring a lot of things there. So it's also a responsibility. It's also, yeah, it makes you very proud. And but how do you deal with that kind of part that you get to play in their lives? Clara, now I want to go into the middle.
Yeah, I think it is just crazy how much, like I started September, it's now January. But in the short period of time, the kids develop so much and it's so rewarding to see. And yeah, like a kid who's shy and then opens up or starts trusting in what they do. Like you see, oh, you have so much potential, and they believe it, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, you're doing it. It's just incredible to see, and how much they can progress in a short period of time is crazy. And yeah, also just yeah, the kids are great, and once you connect with them and you yeah, I don't know, it gives you some perspective too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think for you guys, it's so nice to have because you felt like them, especially with the teenage groups. Like it was not so long ago that you felt like that.
Yeah.
And we go through so many things, and actually having someone that you can talk to that's still an adult,
Yeah.
like a grown, but it's not your family member or it's not like a teacher because obviously drama teachers are different.
Yeah.
It's like you know that this is like, and you can see yourself in those kids. You're like, oh my God. I
Yeah.
was like this.
They're like only 2 steps behind me.
Yeah,
you can go.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly. And I think that another thing that happens a lot is just knowing what you didn't get maybe from whatever reason, like from other teachers. Is like I know that for me, my teaching, I always know like something that I didn't necessarily get, I want to give so much. I want to make sure, I want to, encourage them, build them up, instead of crushing them down and being like celebrate 100% everything that they are.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's go back to the question. Yeah,
Because I think it's so lucky. I think we're specifically so lucky because we had Sarah and Neo that were such supportive and great teachers that we got the opportunity to learn from them.
Yeah.
And the way that they worked around us. And we had like that model, not to copy, but like as a frame of reference. I think that's like, whenever I think about like what do I do in this situation, I'm like, well, like what would Sarah and Ian have done? Like we were also a rowdy bunch. Like how did they get us to calm down? Like how did they get us to focus?
Exactly.
But yeah, I think it's just like Clara said, it's super rewarding, and kids are so funny. They're hilarious,
and they're just so creative.
They're so creative.
It's actually inspiring too as like artists to just see them, and they're they're so free to play and so open to new things, and you'll give something out and you're like, how did you come up with that? Crazy.
They're like, am I teaching you?
Yeah, you're doing
yeah, because we do forget so many things since we were kids, and for them it's like
and they just have such fun. Like,
they
just have so much fun in everything they do, and sometimes it's crazy, but like
of
it's
course.
Also like it's good to embrace the inner child.
But crazy is also fun. I love crazy, that's it, we want crazy.
I think that's the nice thing about working with like kids specifically, is that like and also teenagers, like you get to look back at all the things that maybe in adulthood you leave behind, and all of these kids are just reminders of like all of the great things about being a kid, and all the creativity and the space that they have to create is amazing. So they're just so cool. They don't even know it.
They don't even know it, and they are cool. Pia.
Oh, I just think it's such a precious gem of a job. I mean, I think about it every single day. Teaching and education and everything that we do is, for me, world changing and life changing for every single kid and every single person that is lucky enough to teach. For for these kids, I mean, we can see it in a very short amount of time how it just opens up their brain, their soul in such a gorgeous way. And as this is like a space where they can be truly them, especially for kids that start so young, it's such a marvelous experience and opportunity for them. And they do take it, and I think a lot of them, they do appreciate it and they see it. And it's so wonderful that they feel comfortable enough to be themselves with us. And as you said before, it's like it's a job where you're always learning and you're always teaching, and it's like, what comes first? Am I teaching, or am I teaching and then learning? And it just goes such hand in hand. And it is like, it's a job for everyone comes and everyone puts on their behalf, and it's just such a gorgeous system that we get to experience every day.
It's also the nice thing of having been students and how much it mattered to us, and how the important part that those classes had. Even what's so nice about the job is that you could be tired, or it's like you're stressed or whatever, but you know how important these classes are. So no matter what, you're going to be like best energy.
You show up. You show up for them, because it can be literally, it is for some, and it was for me, like that 1 hour and a half was the best 1 hour and a half of my whole week. So it is so important for every single kid to be there for them.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
That's awesome. I definitely agree with everything, but now on the other hand, it can get a little bit tiring, and with a lot of things happening, as you said, stress and everything, I'm sure that sometimes we can get tired, you know? And this doesn't go just for teaching, it goes for, I would say, artistic industries in general. Whether it's acting, film, theater, whatever it is that we do, it can get hard. So I say that because the biggest thing that's pushing us forward is the passion, you know what I mean? So it's like, how do you keep that passion alive, even though there is like a lot of realistic elements of it that can make you be a little bit discouraged in the whole journey? How do you keep that passion? Where do you find it? Even in teaching, how do you remind yourself, oh, why do I do this? Why do I love this? Why do I keep going? Because when you repeat things for a long time, they can get part of the routine, part of this, part of that. So where are you finding that passion? Where is your source of remembering why did I even start? Yeah,
I'll start. I think I keep my passion is alive and keeps being alive through the things that I have now in the present. So it doesn't come from big goals and, you know, I want to do this and I want to achieve that. Like, sure, everyone has goals and achievements, but that's not what I have right now. I'm not a super Hollywood star at this present moment, but I do have so many wonderful things that I get to do now in my present, and that just keeps fueling. And I actually really don't care where it leads, as long as I have that, because I know that that is really important to me, and that is, you know, benefits me and my well-being so much. Just to keep that and keep building on that is you know, more than enough for me in the present.
That's lovely. That's a
so
very
nice.
lovely thing to say.
I think for me it's like I don't know what else I'll be doing. If it's not this, I just don't have, there's no plan B for me. So that's also like, I just have to keep going. But yeah, surrounding yourself with people who are also creative and also are open to do things that are always inspiring you, like this group or the kids who are inspiring you. And what else? I felt like I had something else.
But that is very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And I'm like, there is no plan B, so we just keep going.
Just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about staying like within like a creative community. I think it's like when you're doing like a very one path job, I feel like it's very easy to like lose sight of all the stuff around you, right? But in the creative arts, and especially in like teaching or like being around a creative community, I think that like people branch off in all directions, right? Like all of us have our own passions and ideas, and like as we go along the one path together, like there's little side quests,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that everyone
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And
you
that's what
keep
keeps you going.
learning from other people, which also
Yeah.
keeps you, you know, you teach me
Exactly.
something and you teach me something.
And like maybe that's not like my passion, but like
But it just-
oh cool, like this is
Yeah.
something I could but I could incorporate this into like what I want, like what I'm like
yeah.
in love with. So it's kind
Because
of
I think
like a
it's also
community.
it's hard to keep when you're like, oh, I'm not inspired, and you do nothing about it. It's
yeah.
like
Exactly.
inspiration doesn't come from nothing. You have
Nothing.
to like
Ah, it's gonna fall right here.
Annoyingly,
Yeah.
I sit in my room and it just doesn't come.
you have to seek inspiration. It doesn't, because sometimes I have that. I'm like, oh, I feel so uninspired and I can't do anything. It's like, oh, girl, do
Do something.
You're not
about
speak
it.
to someone. Go
Yeah.
see something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that's the part I constantly remind myself. Go, even if it's just like watch a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what you see there. Talk about, share, constantly share
Yeah.
things.
Ask other
Yeah.
people what they love and
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
would watch.
Learn
what
something
do you
new,
recommend?
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
let's go to theater. You know, it's the culture of doing these things
Yeah.
is actually feeding your inspiration and your own creativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you want to add something else? I'm sorry.
No, go.
I'm mad for it. I think community. I mean, it's a huge word. It's so important. We're very lucky to have a community here. And I mean, I can say for myself, until I didn't come here, I didn't have a community. It's very easy. Well, I think it's very easy to find one if you do go to university and you do kind of do this, or you're very lucky and you're a child star and then you grow up in that path and you do have a community. And I think sometimes, especially now after COVID, that everything is so online, and the castings are no longer so in person, or like the projects can, you know, start over Zoom meetings for a very long period of time. So person to person contact is a little bit more rare now, so it is a bit harder to find community and people that are on the same path or at the same level of experience or have the same goals. But if you don't find a community, then make it yourself, even if it's like 2 or 3 people, or even just one person that you share the same views and you just want to get together and talk about the same things. That is a community. Like even one person, that is a community that you can lean on, that you can enjoy and you can grow with. So if you making one for yourself and finding it for yourself, I think is important, because I think for me at least before, and some people that I've talked to, it can get a bit annoying and sad and frustrating when you don't find a community that's already built and you can join. So it's like, where do I go from there? You find your people. Go
Come
out.
to Creation Drama Studio.
Exactly. I just want to say.
We've got one for you.
Here we accept everyone.
Room on the couch.
Yes, we'll get another couch. Don't worry.
We can squish the 8 billion.
Lovely. Yes, definitely. Anything else? Did you want to add something?
I think it's all
it's all there. Okay, beautiful. And now, very important thing that we have to cover. Don't be scared. It's all good. It's the Drama Teaching Emporium. So obviously we have been building this for quite a while, and we have put a lot of effort, a lot of love into it. So what is it for you personally, and what do you think is going to represent for people who are actually going to have an access to it? What's going to change? What can we bring? Why is it special? Okay, Freya.
this time.
Freya, go.
I think that I think it's just an exciting platform. There's like, I was talking with Sarah and Ian about it. Like, there's so much out there these days, but there's like, this is such a tailored and specific and just full of content. I was gonna say platform. Yeah, platform.
Yeah.
And I think it's just such a great way to like put together that we've put together like so much content into such a clear format. So many times when I'm looking for inspiration or information, like you just get bogged down by like, oh, I go this link, but then this link takes me somewhere else, and it's just, I'm not gonna lie, none of it looks pretty. It's like all the it's boring, or like it's not very engaging, and I don't feel inspired
Or
by
you
it.
can't even understand it.
Yeah, I'm
Too
confused.
much and it's useless.
And I went
it's
for
too
information,
little.
yeah, and now I'm confused, and like this is so clear and it's so full, and I think it's just exciting that it's a platform that we can offer to teachers around the world, and that like acting is such a big thing everywhere. Like it's a communal experience. So I think it's just exciting that we can have this place that people can come to that's all encompassing, and I think it's exciting.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I mean, first off, imagine not having to ever do a lesson plan because it's all there for you. There's literally so many videos and research and PDFs that tell you everything exactly. Second of all, I'm incredibly passionate about theater, and I feel like it should be mandatory for all kids to do it because it gives you so much. I mean, we're proof, and not that you have to study theater or go into film or do anything like that. But with anything you want to do, I think it just makes you a better human being.
Definitely.
It teaches you how to play, empathy, how to fail too, how to like fail and then
Pick yourself up.
pick yourself
yourself
up,
up,
just
yeah.
try things, to not be embarrassed, and confidence. Speak well. There's so many benefits of drama, and this would provide for schools or any type of communities that want to give that to kids,
Or individuals.
individuals
Who
who want to
get
do
onto
it.
this journey, yeah.
It's all there for you, and that fact that a lot more kids could be doing it is it's a very nice thought. And lastly, Serenian, they're amazing. They've been doing this for so many years. They know what they're doing. They have all the scripts that Ian's written. We've done them. We've loved them. We've
Everything's
enjoyed
tried.
them.
Yes, exactly.
They have new games that they've created, all the tips and tricks about how to better use the classes and those exercises, how to help the kids through them.
And they actually
It's all
experimented
there.
with things,
Yeah.
They tried and failed, as we
And-
said, and
yeah.
now they actually have an experience about
ones
what
that
works.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So you don't have to do all that work, it's all done for you, and yeah, it's just amazing.
Lovely. Thea.
I would wish nothing more than for every school in the world to have this, to have access to use it. In all classrooms, really, in all classrooms, there are exercises and games that can be used as tools, as you say, for building so many aspects of kids and growing up with this. Just imagining the whole world having access to this and using it, I think the world would be a completely different place in a few years, and for much better, for much better. It just helps with the growing, as you say, of every single human being in such an incredible way. And we've said before, it's not even just for schools. Any human that wants this, any person can find so much use and so much in these exercises and games. So I'm very excited that this exists, because I can't believe that this didn't exist before.
Yeah.
But again, I'm very appreciative that that doesn't exist, because that means that we've been able to build it, and we've put so much love and so much care, so much thought, so much attention, so much time, and just so much love, and the best of intentions for this, because we know how incredible and how potent this is, and it can be, and it is life-changing.
Amazing. I completely agree. And as we said again, I think it's for every teacher, not just for drama teachers. It's like it can be used personally, it can be used in families. Like, let's do a drama game for Sunday lunch.
I want this.
I'm
That's fine.
the biggest fan of that. Why can't we do that? And I think it's going to give tools to so many people, because as we also talked about before, time is crucial. And we've put our time in, Ian and Sarah, for like 10 years of their experience. It's a long time, because now we've learned. We've learned what works, what's good, what doesn't work, what we should not do. So we have the tools to actually share it with the world. And I think this is the most brilliant part of it. We are actually sharing a lot of knowledge and information that is going to be crucial to develop individuals, young individuals, that are going to be good for the society, good for everyone. And that's what we want to do for like a better tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Lovely. Thank you, lovely ladies. Thank you for joining me today. I hope we are going to have you again soon. The Drama Teaching Emporium is going to be out very soon, so make sure that you stay tuned in to everything that's happening. Until then, we have a lot of free resources that you can check out and see if this is something that's actually going to bring you a lot of ease and a lot of joy to your teaching. We are pretty sure it will because it helped us so much, but we really want you to try it. And until next time, and the next episode of Inside the Drama Teaching Emporium.
Ta-ta!